kid who swings a golf club like a dream. I'd like to try to qualify him for the U.S. Amateurs.
Coming to Apple TV Plus.
What's your name?
I'm not into older guys, but I'm flattered.
A new comedy series, Stick.
I don't want to go on this trip.
Your mouth's saying one thing, but those eyes are saying something else.
From the home of Ted Lasso.
This is your shot at redemption? This is your mulligan?
Owen Wilson.
This game takes and it takes. The game's finally giving me something back.
Stick.
You know Arnold Palmer?
Iced tea, lemonade, mix it.
I'm missing a nap for this.
Streaming June 4th on Apple TV Plus.
Let's head over to the 77 WABC Sports Desk, and here's Justin Allen.
Thank you, Noam Layden. We'll start here on the diamond out in Queens. Brett Beatty hit a tie-breaking homer in the seventh inning, and the Mets held off the Pirates 2-1, effectively taking the series as well. Brendan Nimmo had an early RBI double off closer Mitch Keller for the NL East leading Mets, who have won 5 of 6 to move to a season best 13 games over 500. They've got the best record in the major leagues. Throwing error by shortstop Francisco Lindor helped the Pirates put runners at second and third with one out in the ninth, with closer Edwin Diaz to recall third strike past slumping Brian Reynolds before cleanup batter Joey Bart rounded out in a drizzle to end it. The Mets are 17-4 at home and have won 11 of the last 12 against Pittsburgh at Citi Field. Coming up next for the Mets, Clay Holmes gets to start in tonight's series finale against Pittsburgh. First pitch is scheduled for 7:05 p.m. from Citi Field. Out west in Seattle, the Yankees dropped game 2 of 3 against the Mariners. The final score 2-1 in 11 innings after the Yanks tied it in the ninth on a fielder's choice by Anthony Volpe. J.P. Crawford then won it for Seattle on an RBI single in the 11th off of Tim Hill. Up next for the Yanks, Will Warren will get the start in Seattle this afternoon for the series finale against the Mariners. First pitch there scheduled for 4:10 p.m. Also out of Major League Baseball in a historic sweeping decision, Baseball Commissioner Rob Manfred yesterday removed Pete Rose, Shoeless Joe Jackson, and other deceased players from Major League Baseball's permanently ineligible list. The all-time hit king and Jackson, both a long-time baseball pariahs stained by gambling seen by MLB as the game's mortal sin, are now eligible for election into the Baseball Hall of Fame in Cooperstown. Manfred ruled that MLB's punishment of banned individuals ends upon their death, so if they do get enshrined in to baseball immortality at the Hall of Fame, that'll come by December of 2028.
Why would they have to wait till 2028?
Based on current rules for players who last played more than 15 years ago. The earliest they can be voted on is 2028.
Huh, okay.
Yeah, there's all these different rules. I think once you're done playing, you got to wait 5 years until after you've retired to then be voted on. Other sports are almost right away, but baseball has all of these different guidelines. It's part of the reason why, Hall of Fame voting for baseball these days is, there's a lot of criticism fired on it.
Too complicated, sounds like.
Way too complicated, and put the best players in the Hall of Fame, regardless of, what they did to stain the game.
Yeah, while they're still alive would be nice, too.
Yeah, that'd be nice, right?
Yeah.
I'd like to see Barry Bonds get a plaque there while he's still alive. That'd be nice. Yeah. Mark McGwire, what are we doing here? Guy's got a whole deck named after him,
right,
in St. Louis.
But that's all steroid stuff now.
So?
Yeah. Well, they got to decide that that's okay, too.
It is okay.
Yeah.
I said it.
Okay.
Let him juice.
I'll let Rob know.
Yeah, okay. Yeah,
These
let him know.
people are sick.
Dial him up, will you? In Cleveland, on the hardwood here, Nomer, the Pacers eliminated the top-seeded Cleveland Cavaliers, beating them 114-105 in Game 5 last night to advance to the Eastern Conference Finals. They will await the winner of our New York Knicks and Boston Celtics. That Eastern Conference Finals series, of course, our Knicks up 3-1. Game 5 scheduled for 7 p.m. Tonight from Boston. The Celtics are 4.5-point favorites. They will be without their superstar forward Jason Tatum, who underwent surgery to repair a ruptured right Achilles tendon yesterday afternoon after he suffered that injury late in the fourth quarter of Monday's Game 4 loss to the Knicks. The team said the surgery was a success and that no timetable was available for his return. That is your Sports Know, man. I'm Justin Ullich on 77 WABC.